One of the most common statements that I hear from myself and goal-driven people is, so much time has gone by and there's still so much that I haven't accomplished. Oh, here we go. We start to set goals and work toward things that give us the ability to stay. I've accomplished X, Y, and Z. Hey man, I just got my doctorate in psychology. Well, congrats. Is that something you wanted or is that something he wanted? Hey man, I mastered my trading strategy. I just made my first million and I'm on my way to my second million. Dude, that's dope. Is that something you wanted or is that something he wanted? I have a really close homeboy that shared his story with me. This dude is probably one of the smartest guys I know. He's like what you call the modern day genius. We grew up together. He went to school for business. He was producing for some of the hardest hitting artists in the industry. I think he made his first meal in the stock market at like the age of 24. This dude climbed the ladder so freaking fast. There was a season where we kind of lost communication. And I remember one day I was making a post on Facebook that I was studying stocks and investments and I was getting ready to delve in. I get a phone call that day and it's my homie. Bro, long time no hear. What you doing? I'm coming to see you. He showed up to my house with his book bag, his iPad. He just started schooling me, just pouring knowledge and information and sharing his portfolio with me and everything. I think around that time he was probably worth maybe 5 mil plus. So he's at my house and we're chatting it up. This dude is showing me everything. But during the conversation, I noticed he had a bandage like right here. And I did one of these. And all my attention went literally from making money to, yo, is my bro okay? So that was the last time I heard from him or saw him for maybe 4 or 5 years. But the next time I saw him, he was a totally different person. What I saw was the maturity of someone that went through some stuff. And that stuff must have really had him reevaluate his purpose for living. It seemed like he was forced to stop living for himself, standing face to face with death and no remedy or cure in sight for this thing that was trying to kill him. I remember these words so clearly. Bro, I'm alive. I have nothing to my name. I had to use it all just for treatment so I could stay alive while doctors searched for a cure. I eventually ran out of money and there was no cure in sight. My body was failing and they gave me just a few weeks to live. This was me. Bruh. Him. At this point, I gave up and realized that everything I sacrificed, I worked hard for, at this point, could do nothing for me. Then he said a glimmer of hope. Something miraculous happened. A new treatment that could possibly end his suffering for good. Then they told him how much the treatment cost. At this point in the journey, he was completely depleted of everything. He told me he searched high and low, but couldn't get anywhere near the amount of money that he needed. Dang. So he said to himself, yo, let's just call it for what it is. It is what it is, and I accept my fate. When he said that joint hit me like a 12-gauge shotgun. He said in the midst of all this, even though he had given up, his family didn't. And his church refused to go down without a fight. Let's just say that one day, all the funds he needed came right when all hope was lost. This reminds me of Solomon in the Bible. You know the famous statement, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. This situation literally had him asking, everything I've done, was it for me? Or was it for him? Like I said, I've known him since I was a kid. I saw his life. It inspired me in so many ways. But if I could compare the past version to the present, I would say now, there's a dude that's found purpose. No longer driven by achievements or chasing things that would have no relevance in moments of need. In the end version, he aligned himself with the author of his story. And now there's a guarantee that he'll one day pass on, knowing that he'd accomplished everything he was assigned to do. Is it for you? Or is it for him? Yo, I love this hat.